Hey, it's me again, number 3, Tiffany B's Seeing, Feeling, Hearing, and Being with Spirit. Here I am again, reading a little bit more of my book. And I was just having wandering thoughts about people trying to do this or trying to feel good about themselves and what this really means for people. And especially in the craziness today, with inflation rate and the rise of electricity and, there's all confusion around the world. Actually, there's a lot of confusion around the world. And I also feel about empaths, they feel much more of what's around as well. Join with me, number 3. I'm going to continue to read chapter 1. I'm probably going to finish it. It's actually quite interesting now I've reread it again. And it's so true. You really have to focus and listen to your heart and soul to guide you through the life, to guide you through decisions. And you guys, you probably know it in your heart of hearts when you've made a bad decision and it came from up here and not here or down here. And, it's really interesting when you reflect back, as long as you're learning from these mistakes, they're not really mistakes at the end of the day then, are they? Because you then go, actually, no, I needed to do that in order for me to get to cha-cha-cha. And so the domino effect, so to speak. All right, here goes. Try to focus on the heart or the soul, whichever feels the most comfortable, whichever resonates with you the best. What do you notice? Take a pen and paper to write things down that you see, feel, and hear. Go in with no questions, no hidden agenda, no prerequisite of outcome. There will be days where nothing happens, where you thought it was futile and a waste of time. It isn't. Every meditation or concentration session is never a waste of time. On some level, there will be a change. It's the ego that is struggling with suppression caused what you are doing. It's the ego that lives in volatile emotion. It's the ego that is telling you your false truths. The student, and that what the ego is trying to take over. It doesn't want to be smothered. Reminds us of a teenager who's been on a job for 6 months and believes they know everything. Ego wants a voice to keep you in the shallow space that you have become accustomed to. It likes mean, shallow, selfish thoughts. It likes hedonism. In order for your heart and soul to come forward, the ego has to take a step back. Remember, just like a narcissist, it'll come back stronger and stronger every time you try to suppress it. It can be so loud that nothing else can be heard, so the whole soul and heart wait patiently because they aren't going anywhere. They are with you for life, but the ego comes and goes. Think of it like a small child that doesn't get its way. You can either relinquish your power and let it take over, eating all the sugary things, the alcohol, the shit food that gives you instantaneous hit. Or you can take the word and desire of the teacher and the master and provide them with the right nutrition. You will know your right combination. Listen carefully to your inner self, inner true self, your authentic self, and raise your vibration above the ego and bypass it to the really good emotions and feelings of laughter and joyful experiences. The amazing memories from meaningful experiences, the noticing of nature around you with gratitude, the relationships that has true meaning, true validation, the stuff that gives you clarity and strength, the knowing, inner wisdom, that you are okay and of value, that makes you more resilient to be able to stand in your own true power in order to bring light and love to those that are around you. You will feel freer than ever before, stronger, no matter what is thrown at you. You will be able to recognize what others come from a place of ego, that want only small instant gains and to sometimes be deliberately hurtful. Feel your inner self. Trust that outcome, no matter what it is, has happened for a reason. Even though it may not be what you think it should be, wait and trust that the correct outcome down the line will be right for you. Do not trust ego. It is the child, the student. We don't want an experienced political candidate running your world, but instead an energy that has been around for a while, which knows the pros and cons of running a country politically, economically, and environmentally, and can see the long picture, not the here and now rewards. As with everything, it takes practice. Practice to turn off the ego. Practice to hearing your heart and soul's messages. Practice to turn off the monkey chatter. Trust, it will come. So that's really saying, listen. You can do it. We can all do it. And it's so much better when we go in our day-to-day business and we feel so much more calm rather than rushing here and there. We've got to do this and we've got to do that. Actually glide through it. In fact, I was in a situation I was carrying a couple of days ago and something happened to the client and I had to go back in and somebody said to me, "Oh, rather you than me." Actually, there was no point in stressing. I was a little bit late. I'd gone to the wrong door, actually twice, which was a bit embarrassing. So I was already 15 minutes late, but there was nothing I could have done about it. So there's actually no point in stressing. I just got to the lady, took care of her, left, and then came back and finished taking care of her. And I didn't really stress about it. I just went through the practice of sorting out meds, of sorting out her, of making sure that she was comfortable and cared for. And that's really all that matters. The stress about having to do it in a particular time doesn't matter. You know, it will be in the right time because timing is everything. And so with that net message, timing is everything. Notice in your world what timing you have and how think you're going to be a couple of minutes late for that person, but in actual fact, they're a couple of minutes late as well. So just trust in that outcome and see how you go. And I'll talk to you next time.